Alrighty, welcome back to the Liquid Therapy Podcast, episode 2, brought to you by your beautiful hosts and sponsored by absolutely no one. Rated 5 stars on Spotify, and it may have been me. How we doing today, Squally? How we doing?
We're not doing too bad. The weather's fucking amazing outside to be staying inside to do some recording.
Yeah, exactly. I went outside on the balcony for about 5 minutes, and I was like, "Yeah, it's really nice out there." Close the door, get my alcohol. The first thing I did, I was like, "Yeah, I just got to get it ready for the fucking podcast." That's crazy. We're already on episode 2. It's the time kind of like just disappeared for the last one. I'm not gonna lie. So, 2 hours was what we went for last time, eh? Like, well, just shy of 1 hour,
Yeah.
57 minutes, and 20 seconds. That kind of flew by. So I think we're gonna have a challenge set if we can try to get this thing down to about an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half, he says.
We'll see what happens, but fuck. We have a lot of like talking points today. We have a lot of ideas like on our minds that we want to get through. And I think I took the lead last time because I had a lot of ideas rushing through my head. But there's one thing that has been like very prominent recently for both of us. We've been getting into Valorant. So I think you had ideas about it that you wanted to talk about too. But like we'll talk about that right now because Valorant is something that I'm actually like I'm starting to get into more. But like just slowly and barely. I know like literally nothing about it. So I think I want to start off with the fact that okay, so just to like get a baseline, what is your favorite agent on the game?
Well, first off, I'm gonna start with our good lad here, Voxy, is definitely forgot one of our startups here. Uh, what are you drinking today, there, Voxy?
Oh God, yeah, it's liquid therapy. Okay, so liquid therapy. We're gonna have some liquid for our therapy here. I'm drinking Jim Beam honey, and again, yes, the camera is flipped. I don't know how or why that happens, but it's Discord's problem, not mine. But Jim Beam honey with a little bit of Pepsi on some some good old melted, almost to completely ice. So having some nice bourbon. So that's what I'm having today. What do you got? What do you got?
I'm actually drinking a Guyanese rum. It's El Dorado.
Sounds good. I remember you mentioned that before. You said that because we were like talking about our top 5 drinks, and you said El Dorado was up there.
Yep.
Fuck, that's not too bad. So at least we know what we're drinking now, because it is liquid therapy, the show where we have a nice candid conversation with a cold drink in hand. So that's really what this is all about. So again, if you guys again now we have everything situated. We have the little things underneath our screen here, so you guys can see our ats. Boom and over there. I want to be able to point this way because that's the way it should be, but it's now I got to point the opposite direction now. Now it's a little bit confusing because my camera flips and I can't even I don't know what to do. So it is what it is. Anyways, I'll let you start off. So favorite agent in Valorant, who is it?
Favorite agent. All right. Well, I got so much of a whimsical nature on favorites and everything like that, but I seem to favor Breach more than anyone.
Breach. I'm gonna be honest. I can't even tell you who that is. Is that the robot guy?
Yeah, with the mechanical arms.
Yeah, and he's got like the. Oh wait, no, the mechanical arms. He has a. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He has that like
Yeah.
crazy effect where you can like shoot and like you can like stun them through the wall or some shit, and then it has another one where there's like this weird groundbreaking one where it just kind of like shoots forward and it stuns them
Yep.
and slows them down. It's kind of like yeah, that's cool. I like that guy. I haven't used him yet, obviously, but I've seen him a lot, especially in a couple of the esports things that I watched. I think at least. But yeah, that guy's dope.
Yeah, yeah, he's a good initiator,
Mhm.
especially with flashes through walls. It's fucking amazing.
Then mine, what was that? The what's the one I've been using recently? The guy with the fucking fire, the Flamo. I was gonna
Phoenix.
Phoenix, good old Phoenix. I was gonna call him Flamo. Flame on, need to fucking go crazy with the little flame ball. So I like that guy. And my very intricate details that I'll explain here is the fire looks cool. That's that's like pretty well the whole reason I like it. I like the fact that I can just rush in and start beaming some fellas, and I like the fact that I can heal up a little bit because goddamn do I like to push in a little too much. The wall is okay. I'm not really a huge fan of that, but the ultimate is definitely dope. You can like really
Yeah.
mess with people on that one, especially like you can throw yourself in at them. You can rush like I like to do, and then you have a safeguard. Where you can come back and you're good to go, and then you know where they're at, so you can play a little safer. So that guy's got to be
Yeah.
my favorite. So Phoenix for sure. All right, I'll let you. You know a lot about Valorant, so
See,
what do you think about the game
recently
so far?
Recently, I find that it's definitely interesting. When I first started playing Valorant was when it first launched
Hmm.
and whatnot, which was God knows how long ago now.
That's got to
Uh,
be a couple
I
years.
wasn't I wasn't in it for too long and whatnot. I was just coming in to check it out for a bit. First season, everything. Everything seemed like not too bad, but I wasn't into FPS games on PC really. Had a console for that. Wasn't really into it.
Yep.
But I actually watched a couple of clips recently that apparently in the lore it they have it interworked into the lore explaining there being copies of yourself on a different team and whatnot. So
Hmm.
in a clip it shows Phoenix actually tracking down a guy that was I believe hunting them or something of the sorts. But he was tracking them down and he finally gets to him in the alleyway and the guy turns around and it's actually Phoenix
Hmm.
and whatnot. And it explains that it's kind of like a multiverse type deal where it I think it's only one other one. I don't know if it's multiple other ones, but there it at least explains in the lore why there's other people that's the exact same on the opposite team, which is kind of cool because there isn't
Hmm.
really any FPS game that does that type of shit or
Yeah.
any PvP game that does that type of shit.
Yeah, it's just different. I like what because when I first got into it in my head, and I think you've heard me say this many times, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like CS:GO, but like all it is ability heavy and it's gonna be spammy. And then when I looked at it, I saw the different agents and I was like, they're just too confusing. And I'm not gonna lie, they are very confusing when you first look at them. And so
Yeah.
even right now for me, I know nothing about them. I couldn't tell you anything about any of them. But as I got into it, I'm starting to see some crazy things you can do with them. The movement with the satchels, you can do with like that one character there. And then you can actually like you can see all the different ultimates and it's pretty dope because like we liked Apex, right? And we liked Apex for the fact that there were like a bunch of different what do they call them over there? They weren't agents, but
Legends?
legends. Yeah, yeah. So like legends or whatever, you could like pick different people to use, right? And like they all had some different unique skill sets and different abilities and whatever. And it's literally the same thing here, but you're not gonna have to worry about the BR part of it where like you're spending your whole time looting and then you're dead and then you're done and then you have to wait to find another match and it's a
Yeah.
little slower. So like that kind of translated into Valorant for me, and I just randomly got hooked on it. But like I also can't play it by myself because I don't love it that much. Like I do like playing it with like I say you, and then we played it a little bit with Zach, and I said I was gonna play a little bit with Chad at some point, but like there's a lot to learn in it, which I think is pretty cool. Because like knowing that there's a lot of characters that I have not used yet, I'm still gonna want to use all of them at some point. Makes me want to play more because then I gotta unlock them all. So I think it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. But yeah, like that the fact that there's like, two separate teams and I'm seeing a lot of like repetition with who people are picking like every
Yeah.
single game. It's because like and I don't even like I'm gonna be honest, I don't know exactly why some of them are better because again I haven't played with most of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of learning as I go. So it's gotta like 100% be like one of the most interesting games that I've started to play like ever. Not like my favorite of all time, but like it's definitely one of the most interesting. It's got so much to learn and so much to do.
To jump on that Apex a little bit, I actually noticed that they released a trailer for their new champion or their new legend.
Yeah, that guy there, he's got like that crazy pistol. He can like, have his one out like wingman and he could pull out his other one and boom somebody and keep going around.
Yeah.
He's got like a what was it? He could throw up a balloon or whatever so he can like, zip up and launch out of there. And then I didn't see what else he could do, but he looks cool. But
Yeah.
some people were saying, cough, cough, chamber, cough, cough, and that's like, no, it's like kinda because I mean, like the gun and whatnot, but like, I
Well,
mean,
the
it's
gun.
similar for sure.
So I looked at his abilities. His passive allows him to carry a third gun
Yeah.
and whatnot, which is huge for Apex. His base ability, that one with the pistol, the gun, and whatnot, what it actually does is it fires something to an enemy's weapon, and it actually gives it an overheat, so that if they start spraying it, it will overheat and jam,
Ah,
which is
yeah, that's not
busted
too
as
bad.
fuck.
I want to play that again soon just to try it, but like, did they say when it's gonna be out?
Not a clue.
Damn.
Not a clue.
Well,
I
I'll have to
haven't
play it at
really
some
dipped
point.
too much into it.
Hmm. But yeah, the chamber thing. People were saying it was like chamber because I saw the pistol come out and it looked, kind of similar to Chamber's pistol there. That what do you call it? I think you probably remember.
I'd call it a fucking hand cannon,
Yeah,
really.
there you go. So it was like
I
similar
think
to
it's
that.
called
So
Head Seeker or some shit like that, but
yeah, like I've used it and I fucking suck with it. I'm not gonna lie, but like that's the first thing I thought was cool about the game. I was like, oh yeah, Chamber is gonna be my favorite because of the sniper. It's like an op, but you can actually like fucking earn it, and it feels kind of cool to get. And then you beam somebody for a solid shot in the chest, and they're dead for sure. So it's like kind of felt
yeah.
good. But then looking at Apex and a lot of stuff in Apex, I'm starting to see the similarity from Apex and Valorant, like with the agents and stuff like that, and it kind of I can get why I like it.
Yeah.
But Apex is so I don't know. It's been around for so long that there's like a huge skill gap, like a massive. Like there's a lot of people who've been around forever. You cannot compete with them if you're just like trying to get into it casually. Like we said before, there's no such thing as casual gaming anymore.
Nope.
So it's hard to get into it. But even on Valorant, like it doesn't even matter. It's way more competitive. It's like the
Oh yeah.
competitive game right now. So.
Oh yeah.
hmm. All right, fucking. I wanna say that because we're talking about guns. What's your favorite? What's your favorite weapon so far? And maybe your favorite skin for that weapon too, because I have no idea about any skins or anything like that. I can barely remember the names of the weapons.
Oh, I want to say so. I do favor the Vandal over the Phantom. That that being the fact that if you learn how to tap with the Vandal, it's a hell of a gun,
Hmm.
especially because you can one tap somebody in the head from any fucking distance with it. As long as you hit the head, you can one tap someone with it.
Yep.
Um, but the skin part, I don't know. The Vandal, I actually own multiple fucking skins for, just because in comparison between Phantom and Vandal, who are the two favored guns in them besides the Op, which the Op really takes third place between the three of them, just for the fact of price wise, because
Yep.
it's the most expensive one to buy. But skin wise, I think the one I have right now, it's like a matte black. I think it's called Erixie or something like that. And it's
Hmm.
like a scale almost, like these diamond shaped scales. And every time you pull it up, it'll ripple the scales from the
Oh, okay.
barrel down the gun.
I think I've seen this before because like it had like a really cool like it looked like a fucking you're holding a piece of a dragon and then it breathes almost like when it comes back, kind of flows with the scales. I gotta see it at some point. But what's that one that you had? It was like black with red or orange or whatever. You can change
Yeah,
the color of the lines like that. That's cool. Is that the one you're talking about, or is that a different one?
yeah. That's the same one. It's the black with the red.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking of there's another one I saw that was like it might have honestly it might have just been on Apex, but there was one where this guy had a gun out and it was I don't know, it had like this it had scales on it and when like they did anything it would randomly just breathe and it would like wave backwards to the back of the gun like towards the stock. And I'm not sure what the hell that was, but that's what came to mind when you were talking about that. So whatever that is, that's in my head now. So I'm
Huh.
almost certain that was on Apex now. It must have been because I was watching a little bit of that content. This guy called the Gaming Merchant. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
No.
He's got like 800K on YouTube. He's got I think it was like 30K on Twitch. I just randomly found him. He sounds exactly like this other guy in the Thor movies or whatever. He's that stone guy who was like talking. He was like playing fucking Fortnite or
Oh,
whatever. Like that
yeah,
guy. Yeah, he sounds just like him sometimes. It's fucking hilarious. But he likes to like role play while he's playing Apex, just like chatting and like he's always commentating in a funny way.
okay.
So I think I saw it on his video or something, but it was fucking dope. He was showing off that new Wraith, what is it, the kunai or something? I'm pretty sure the heirloom,
Yeah,
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 yeah. He was showing off that thing. So goddamn, I've been actually craving like a little bit of Apex in my life again. But I hate trying to re-download games that I got rid of because I'm like, I'm not gonna play it anymore. And then I want to go re-download it, re-update it, and then try to play it again. Play it for like 2 games and go right back to Valorant, forget about Apex, and do it again.
yeah.
Terrible at that. I'm indecisive. Fuck. Okay, so the one thing about Valorant that I do know a tiny bit about now, is the Valorant pro scene. Not much at all. Like I'm a complete novice on all this stuff, but I like watching ALGS, right? Because like if I'm not playing Apex, but I do like the content. I like to watch the intense content, right? Watching tripods with like Gent Deeds and Nick, and then I'm watching the dojo with Timmy and whoever else is on his team. I can't remember anymore. But then I started watching Valorant, and I mentioned this to you, and so you don't know anything about Ludwig, right?
No.
Okay, so you know stuff about Moist Critical, though, right? Maybe.
Not really, to be honest with you. The most I hear about is tens.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so like Penguins or Moist Critical Charlie, whatever. He's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
He does stream all that stuff, whatever. He's and then Ludwig is also a YouTuber, streams on YouTube. Got a huge deal with him. He was the number one Twitch subbed streamer for a long time, and then he swapped over to YouTube because he got a huge deal. But they both have a lot of money, and they both really like the pro scenes, and they both really like the to be like involved in it, and they both have a lot of passion. So Ludwig has like I think it's like mogul moves and like mogul mail and stuff like that. And some of these things over here, and then Moist has the Moist Esports, right? So they came together and they created mogul moves. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real here. They're the only team that I watch on Valorant Pro because I like both of the creators. They're both cool. They're both entertaining, but they're not like they're journalists or English majors, like that kind of like they speak proper English and they don't just
They enunciate.
yeah, they know how to they know how to pronunciate the England. So that's pretty poggers. So like they're really chill to watch because they're not like very biased on everything they talk about. They just chat about certain situations and I can learn about it without having to look at Keemstar or you know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
it's good because it's good, good content. But they're also funny, they have sense of humor and they're pretty goated. So I watch that stuff and then they're like, "Oh yeah, they have a team." So I took a look at it and they are absolutely insane. Like their whole team. I'm pretty sure one guy, Fire and Sim, those two specifically are just absolutely batshit. Like they're nuts. Like they'll make some plays that just blow my mind. But the one guy's running around with an op, playing
Yeah.
the is it Sage who can like dash backwards after doing something like who is that? Who is that?
That's Jet.
Jet. Okay, there you go. His jet hers. So I think about the his and hers. But yeah. Anyways, he's playing so Jet then.
Yeah.
And he's playing with that, but he's running out with an op and he's beaming people left and right, and he's popping off and the fire's at the top. I'm pretty sure he was the whole time. But even their like bottom frag, like the dude who was like legit like 7 kills, while the other guy was at like high 20s. He was even popping off still, but it was like a really close game between them and the guard, which is another esports team there. But they got it real close, like down to the wire. They won the first game, and then the second game they barely lost. They went into like what is it, round 27 or 28 or something like that. And then the last game they got really really close. I'm pretty sure it was like 9 versus 11, and then they just took it all the way up and just destroyed them at the end of it. I'm pretty sure if that was the middle game, I can't remember, but they really started popping off. But that right there, like watching that got me super into it because watching like how they were playing, the guns they were using, and some of the plays they were making, I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, this I kind of get why they're doing some of these things, but god damn, dude, like the confidence that they have, and they're running into plant, and they just like they know when to use their abilities properly and when they should. The way they're rotating all together and all that, just the shots that they're making is just absolutely insane. But
Yeah.
I think the one reason that like I got like super hooked on it was like seeing all of the skins, and that pissed me off because like we had a whole conversation last podcast about how skins are something I think are really stupid, but then I saw the skins, I'm like, damn, they look really nice. It's like those skins are looking real good.
Yep.
Fuck, it got
And
me into
see
that.
what I like about the store, to a degree, is the fact that nobody's store is the same. Like at a
Hmm.
rough percentage, somebody might get like one in like half fucking thousand or so will get the same type of fucking store. But in general, nobody gets the same fucking store, which is awesome.
I had no idea about that. I thought they were all the same.
Yeah.
Because I remember looking
So
at something on the store and I was trying to get you. I was like, "Oh, look, you fucking see this thing?" And you're like, "On the store?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then I think we both had that item, but I don't know about like the rest of them. But that's pretty
yeah,
neat.
so the main item, which is like the bundle and whatnot, like right now it's the Radiant Entertainment. which is like the arcade themed skins right now that I went and fucking got.
Oh yeah, those are so
So
sick. My God.
the
Are they wait, are they still on the store like
oh
nowadays
yeah,
or okay,
oh
gotcha.
yeah, they'll be on there until I think it gives about a 30 day or 25-day leeway
Oh,
uh,
that's not bad.
to purchase them.
Mhm.
And the bundle doesn't change until that those days are up, but the four bottom ones will rotate every single day. And if I believe correctly for our time zone, it's around 10 or so. It's either 10 or 8, somewhere in that
Well,
area.
is it did they go on like UTC? It's about like 0 UTC because that'd be about 8 p.m.
Might,
Yeah, because
might.
most things that I see usually reset at 0 UTC, so that's just about 8 p.m. for us.
Yeah.
hmm That's a good shit. But like I saw that skin and like I think anyone who's listening, when I saw that skin, I was like, bro, I was like, I really want that. I was like, that looks fucking sick, but I'm like, I don't want to spend money, but that looks really dope. And
See, recently I actually got a new knife that I've been using in the game right now.
fuck, I saw
It's
like
a
there was one crazy looking thing, and I'm like, sorry for any of those individuals who want to hear all this shit. It looked like anal beads, like, but like on a weird like
oh
bowl or some shit. It's just super
yeah,
weird. It's like a wand, but all funky, and
yeah,
I don't
they
know.
flip it and the thing extends out, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super fucking weird. Some weird looking things on there, but hey, dude, I mean, they look cool. Like I can't say it doesn't look awesome. Just looks a
Yeah.
little sus, It's maybe a
See,
little interesting.
the one I got I believe last night, it's an RGX knife,
hmm
which the thing not upgraded, it's just like a regular knife, like about yay big or so. But when you fully upgrade it, it actually could turns into this almost full size katana blade, and it has a RGB light that streams through the fucking blade itself.
That's wicked.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't care what anyone says. Chroma is the fucking king. The thing just looks so sick. Well, anything you can like have like cool lights on anything because it really picks up it really kind of like makes your eyes follow it and you can't not look at it. But that's also distracting as fuck. I swear to God. Like I'm using like base clean, no skin weapons, and it's ugly as hell. It doesn't really matter to me too much. But when it comes to clips, it's God damn, that shit's boring as hell. Someone's gonna watch someone pop off with like the one you have, the arcade skin, and then you hear little sounds and little chimes, and you see me just bop, bop, bop. It's so fucking plain, using a piece of goddamn tinfoil to shoot him. Fuck.
well, the finishers too look immaculate.
Oh yeah, like the one with the that tree. It was like it almost like it looked like a cherry blossom tree came out of him. You said it changes different colors or whatever with different looks to it, but that shit looks real nice. My God.
Yeah, the blue one is probably the nicest looking one.
hmm
It makes you think of those trees from Avatar.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah, that's true. Probably
Yeah.
Avatar. My God, that movie. Have you seen the second one?
No, I didn't bother to go see it when it popped into the theater.
I would 100% recommend it. I'm gonna be real here. Like I'm not. This is like my honest answer here. It was way better than the first one. It was way more immersive. It might have been partially the fact that I was getting like a full on vibrator right up on my ass when on the seat that I was sitting on because we went to the 4D seating where like it like
Mm.
moves around and it vibrates and shakes. I was like I don't know maybe that kind of like buffed up the stars I was trying to give the movie, but holy shit. That was a good movie. It was very immersive though, because like a lot of people said it dragged out too much, and they said it was like it feels like it never ends. But
Yeah.
that shit flew by. It was like 2 hours or more, or something like that, 2.5 hours or something like that. It was really good though. That shit was amazing. Oh fuck yeah! You wanted to talk about the favorite music and stuff like that. Because like I was thinking of the soundtrack of that movie. So that's something too. When playing Valorant, dude, like do you listen to music when you're playing that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I can't. I cannot have any sort of sound playing other than like listening to footsteps when I'm playing any game
Yep.
like that. When I hear like music at the same time, that shit throws me off entirely. Like
Yeah.
no matter how intrusive the music could be, it could be like lo-fi. It could just
Yep.
be like a chiptune beat or whatever, or it could be like Eminem screaming at me or something. It's just no matter what, I cannot do it. But on that topic, Uh, my chat knows all about my music taste. It's fucking everywhere. But what is let's say for you, what's your favorite artist of all time? Or like maybe right now actually. How about just right now?
So my favorite current artist, honestly, is somewhere between NF and Ren right
Ren.
now. Ren. If you have been on YouTube in probably, I think it would have been last month or so, there was a huge song called Hi Ren, and it was an immaculate fucking song. The video itself was actually pretty well done as well because a lot of people reviewed this video and looked it over, and you could actually tell that unlike other music videos, this was done live.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing was shot in one straight live. Unlike other music videos where it's clipped and it's the different parts at different times and shit like that and they work around it. No, he just sat down and did this whole fucking thing in one go, which is crazy when you hear the sound this guy ends up producing at the start. It's fucking crazy.
I think
But
there's a couple people that I've seen who like do stuff like that, and it sounds either really good or really bad. But like, there's
yeah,
another person, Tyler Childers. I don't know. You're probably I can't remember if you're really into the country at all.
not a whole lot.
Got you. So Tyler Childers is like the one country artist that I actually listen to continuously, and I even got Stephanie into it or whatever too. You know, she's not really into country at all, but stuff like that. I like that take on it, like where like you're doing a music video or whatever, but you have like an actual performance and you're
Yeah.
giving it like everything because they can hear your like as it gets a little raspy, maybe you know, like hear how deep the sound gets, you get the emotion in and all that too. I like that way more. So I have it up on another tab. I'm gonna listen to it after the stream because I have he's sitting in like a gown, like he's out of the hospital or something like that, and then he's
Yeah.
like got the guitar and he's like in a grungy room with his head down and like on a looks like a wheelchair there, and I mean it looks interesting. I feel like it's
Have you
gonna have
seen
some form of like depression to it, but I'm
have you
excited to hear
seen
it.
the views on that fucking thing though?
No. Wait one sec. 12 million views in 4 months. Okay, so it's popping off.
Yeah. And this guy isn't like a hugely like obviously he's not mainstream
Yeah,
and he's kind of in the same aspect as NF where the fans kind of make him stand out even though his music isn't something that like the radio or labels would end up taking, right?
yeah.
So it's one of those lucky draw kind of deals.
So he's got like a huge backing from people that just kind of like, you know, can like relate to the music or feel it pretty well. Cause I see like even on his other stuff, like 1.8 mil views 3 months ago and 8.2 mil 3 years ago. So like he's been around for a while, but like I think has he like just recently started blowing up, or is he just getting like you know one that's
Oh
just
yeah.
popping off like crazy? Because I see like other ones 1.3 mil from a month ago, 3.5 from 9 months ago, but this one at 12 is bro is not even at a million fucking subs on YouTube, but like he's popping off.
Yeah. It's really interesting what he does. So he he lets you know that he's suffered or is still suffering from a form of psychosis and whatnot, which is fucking heavy already.
Yeah,
But when you watch the video, it's really interesting from the raw fact that it's straight live and the fact that he's actually bouncing between two, we're gonna say like two different versions of himself, but he's switching them both so well that you can actually rawly tell when he's switching between the two. But being able to do that live is actually an impressive feat because usually you can't usually pull that shit off, right? That's got to
yeah,
be like a clip. Do one part one time, and then do the other part the other time because you're switching your vocal style. But this guy's doing it in one straight go, which is fucking crazy.
yeah. I'm like more intrigued. I want to hear it now. I'm not gonna listen to it on the fucking podcast, so this is blaring the fucking thing. But like, Is it like when you say it's like similar to like kind of how NF's like fans are and whatnot? Is it the same style as NF though?
Um, kind of. NF has a really nice style to him. His music videos, if you've ever actually watched them, do tell a nice story.
Hmm.
Like not really a nice story, but
But yeah,
it's
it tells a story well.
yeah,
You're
it's
saying yeah.
all interlocking, which is fucking crazy. A lot of people have actually reactors mainly have made their channel known from doing his journey and whatnot,
Hmm.
from his music videos and reacting to them. His recent album Hope was actually fire as all fuck, and his intro song that was also named Hope was absolutely fucking crazy. When you actually watch it, a lot of people make the statement that this is more of like watching like a movie rather than a music video, which is impressive
Hmm.
to be honest.
It's like something NF for me. Like I've never really been into NF's music, but like I know his sound is very 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 intense. I know he tells like stories like in every single song he does, but he has a huge following that's like extremely, deep and like secured. Like I think I saw someone was like, I don't know if it was a clip of that specifically, but showing a clip of like some form of meetup or whatever. I don't think it was even intentional. I think it was just a whole bunch of people swarmed him or whatever. But it was a ridiculous crowd, like
Yeah.
crazy huge amount of fucking people. But like everyone's like kind of chill, like they're not too rambunctious. Like they're relaxed because they know that like the dude's kind of, because in my eyes, like if I ever listen to NF, I'm assuming the guy's fucking depressed or something. Like it's just hearing him, like a lot of his music is like, and the way I always look at it, my chat hears me talk about it all the time. My hear NF music, I usually skip it. I'm not gonna lie, it's just not for me. But whenever I do, I usually get like quite a few of them telling me to go fuck myself. So he's got a lot of love, but like when someone like me comes along, it's like grandpa is all pissed off. Ah, fuck this music. Is like he's like, ah, he's whining. I don't like it, so I skip it, and then they get really pissed off. But yeah, he has a solid fan base, that's for sure. So like him and the Ren guy, or whatever, having like the same style videos or same style of like well, not like style videos specifically, but like they both tell a story in it and have like a kind of like the vibe in the song, like the lyrics are kind of like similar, kind of like where they're specifically talking about their hardships or whatever, talking about pretty intense situations and getting like
Yeah.
really, yeah. So like I think I'll give it a go, but I'm not really sure if it's like my style specifically because I am definitely into different kinds of stuff. But I mean, it
Yeah.
looks kind of dope. I just like the grungy
Well,
scene of it, so it kind of throws me back to like some old school like Eminem look to it for like that first, just a thumbnail of that song.
yeah. Yeah, the NF right now actually with his new album with Hope, and it's actually supposed to be a more positive album than any of his other ones, because the initial opening song Hope was to show and to tell you that he's taking a different view on his life
Hmm.
compared to his earlier ones where like where was it? I think it was Why, which was one of his better songs. Was actually pretty solid. It He kind of tells you that he makes a lot of money. He makes millions, and he has a lot of plaques and whatnot, but he never puts them up because they don't mean anything to him and
Yeah,
whatnot. And he also explains in, I believe, the search that he could be working for 24 hours and still feel like he's not doing enough and
yeah.
whatnot. So it takes a turn from there, and like his song motto, which was more upbeat, and it actually throws shots at the music industry. It One of his lyrics was what was it? Um, Sacrificing creativity to chase a dream,
Hmm.
whatnot, which is actually pretty solid for most artists, because a lot of record labels will tell you, "Hey, you should be doing this. We want you to be doing that. You're going to pop off more if you do this, and we're going to
Yeah.
put you on more if you do that."
Hmm.
Which NF is actually. pretty interesting as well, considering the fact that I don't know if you know, but him and Hobson did a song together.
I haven't
Lost,
like heard it, but like I wouldn't be surprised because I mean they do have like similarities with their songs.
which is which is interesting because we used to listen to Hobson quite often,
Oh yeah,
and
Oh Mind
in
was so good.
NF's music, there's no swearing at all in it.
Yeah,
Be-
that's another thing that was very interesting. I like with all the anger and stuff that he seems to have in his songs, he doesn't swear at all. When I literally can't stub my toe without fucking swearing, even just talking about it. Like I can't not do it. So it's like it feels a little weird not hearing swearing. You know, there's always
Yeah,
some form of swearing in almost everything. It's like I almost feel like that kind of makes me not like it more. I can't relate with
yeah.
it. The
Well,
guy's not saying, "Ah, you fucking piece of fucking shit."
I
Fuck.
don't know if it was Hobson himself or another artist that was interviewed when they were talking to him about working with NF, but he asked them about the whole no swearing and all that and whatnot, and they're like, "Do is that like an initial thing that he lets you know when you come on?" And the guy explains, he's like, "It's not really something that's told straight to you. It's something that you understand once you start working with them." And
Hmm.
whatnot. Because I would imagine that when you do work with another artist, you guys are bouncing lyrics off of each other and whatnot. And I mean, if you start getting the vibe from NF that he's not gonna start popping out swears and shit like that, then I mean, like you're gonna eventually just match his vibe, right?
100%. Yeah,
But
if someone's like giving off like certain energy, you're gonna try to match it because you don't want to be like someone comes in and be like, "Oh, hey guys, we're gonna talk about Jesus today," and the next guy's like, "Oh, yeah, I want to get some fucking meth." Like, right? It's not gonna work that way. You're not gonna mix like they say fuck shit like the pass through was with Wiz Khalifa. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah,
like certain
and
things just don't make sense.
the funny part is too is that NF is actually a Christian rapper too. It's just not that his ideal for like religion is pushed so heavily into his music. You just hear it in bits and pieces here and there. A lot of
Yeah.
people didn't even really notice that.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, like I mean, I never really know like a whole lot about like NF or whatever, but I hear so much about him and how he's popping off. He seems to be like I don't know. It's I hear a lot about the fact that he's being like you know like some artists are like they seem suppressed because they're not really getting pushed anywhere and like they're not played
Yeah.
anywhere. It feels like that's NF, but he's gotten so big that it's not even a thing anymore. Like it doesn't even matter. It really
Yeah.
doesn't. Like no matter he broke that barrier a long time ago. So at this point, like I don't know. I feel like a lot of the reason I don't like him is because a lot of the songs to me kind of sound the same. And
Mm.
that's why I stopped listening to a lot of artists because they really do. Like a lot of them do sound the same, but I think it's just because I've listened to so much music so often that I just kind of grew out of it. Like because I
Yeah.
got past that part of it, now I started listening to other shit. But fuck, I don't know. Like, I can't even tell you like what my favorite artist nowadays would be at all. I got like no damn clue. But I'm gonna see what the first thing pops up in my liked songs. We'll see what kind of stuff that is because Post Malone, I'll always be like pretty up there, but Juice World and stuff like that. But I honestly do not have a favorite artist at all. Not even like remotely. It's kind of impossible. Like if someone asked me to play one song, kind of Jack Harlow, I guess. I mean, have you listened to any Jack Harlow?
The name sounds familiar, and I'm willing to bet I have something on my Spotify that's by him.
Got you. Like the one song that I like, I severely like overplay, would be like Churchill Downs with Drake. And
Okay.
that song, I don't I dude, it's crazy. It's a lyrical rather than talking about like money and bitches. You know what I mean? That's like most
Yeah.
songs out there, especially when it comes to rap nowadays. But no, it's very good. It's a chill song and it's like explaining how like he looks up to Drake and how he's like is like it's humbling to be able to do a song with him and he wants to like hear more about like how he got to the point he is. He's like, what's it like to
Mm.
touch gold every time? And he's like every single time you make a song, like what you're making a fuck ton of money. You're literally reaching heights every single time every time you come out. Like every song on Drake's we already know comes out and it's like it's an instant banger. It doesn't matter if you love it, like it will
Yeah.
blow up like every single time. And in the song he talks about that, but he also came out with a lot of new stuff recently that's been like super good. So I feel like that's probably one of my favorite right now. Then It took me a little bit to figure out who the hell I'd be, but that's the kind of stuff I'm into. But I don't really get deep into music anymore. I kind of just like I brush it off so much because like when I'm streaming, I have a playlist and guess how many songs are in this playlist right now?
I'm gonna say somewhere in the realm of 40 to maybe 60.
4,765, and I created
Jesus.
that playlist, and I'm still not done. I'm still looking for more. 268 hours, 35 minutes of songs. Titled it Vox Jam because it's kind of funny. But that's where I put all my good music. That's where I put everything. And I did steal like a couple of different playlists, and I just add all at the same time, and then I'd filter through them because like there's a lot of songs that like if you add everything, it'll keep like repeating the same songs over and over again. So it just says add only the new ones. So I do that every time. But I got stuff from anywhere from J. Cole, Logic, and Travis Scott to like uh there's Sheck West in here. We got Meek Mill and Drake, Chris Brown, Kendrick Lamar, Swayco. Which Swayco, my God, he's the change he did with his music. Holy shit, I love
Yeah.
that stuff. It's crazy. Then I got like Pusha T, Joey Badass, and all the way down to like there's some Biggie and like some stuff like Eminem back in the day and even like Metallica, stuff like that. Like, it's all over the place. But my music when I'm listening to stuff on stream, let's say uh I'm listening to music 2 minute songs. You know how
Yeah.
many damn 2 minute songs you can listen to in fucking 7 to 8 hours? like like I listen to so much music now that I genuinely fucking hate 90% of it. Like it's not like I don't enjoy like listening to tunes. I love it. I need to all the time. But I just I feel like every song I hear more than two times is old because of that. I feel like it's ruined a lot of music for me. Not in like a bad way, just more so I need new stuff.
Yeah.
But
See.
it's kind of scary because I don't know what the fuck they're gonna say in that new stuff. Because "Insane" by Eminem played, and I know that song very well, but that played while I was on stream as I was getting back from taking a piss, and I just caught it, like right before it started saying the shit that was not okay for Twitch. So that was a dangerous one. But my God, is what you were saying?
See, my music is like so fucking vast right now. It's not even just the style and whatnot in the genre that's out there. It's the fact that I have so much music that isn't even in English.
Oh, I have a
Like
couple, but I know,
rawly.
like I don't have a lot, but what's that one? There's like one that like Here Comes Alex or something like that, like stuff like that in that
Mm,
group. Like I have a couple things from them. Like I'm pretty sure it's like all German music, but I have a
okay.
couple by them, and then I have a few ones that come through that are I'm not even fucking kidding. I had a couple from like Dragon Ball Z that I don't even know where the fuck they came from. I got some other K-pop type music that randomly showed up, and it's confusing the shit out of me. I don't know where it came from, but I know you listen to a very interesting couple of people, and you
Oh
got
yeah.
me to listen to some of them, and then I put them in my playlist, and Hentai Bitch is one of them. So you want to talk about like that kind of genre? What other kind of songs like that do you listen to?
Like that?
Yeah.
Um, fuck, there was recently one that I was listening to earlier. A little side note, since I switched to Google Phone, I bought a couple of different Google products, so I actually have a Oh, you finally got it or?
Yeah, I got it back. It's no longer got
Boy.
that fucking stupid line in it. They had to fix it and send it back. They had a list of things that they fixed, right? They're like,
Yeah.
we did a software scan for updates. We had to fix the green line. We replaced the phone. I'm like, why don't you just replace the phone and not
Yeah.
add all those? I'm like, what's the point? But anyways,
The
yeah.
the
So
phone
they got it to me.
itself the phone itself is like a $750 phone. Like it's
Hmm.
not that much of a loss as opposed to like the fucking phone that we had before, which is a literal 2 grand
Yep.
fucking phone.
Yep.
But
Yeah, you had the same one as I
no,
had, right?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
But no, For the Streets by contrast, is one of the newest ones in that type of field that
Hmm.
you're referring to. But a lot of my music now is I've done like a almost like a world tour with my music, which sounds fucking stupid to say,
That's an interesting way
but
to say it. I
I've
like it
I've
though.
started from like the Japanese side. It's shifted over to Spanish. It's flown a little bit a little bit further now. I did dip into Russia a little bit, but now I'm in Punjabi and Hindi territory now.
You're going everywhere, huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
My
and
God.
it's funny because I work with a lot of Hindi people,
Yep.
and they've passed by my room and whatnot. My shit's always blaring. I don't care if the
Hmm.
office is there or not. I've been there long enough not to care who's there. And it's always interesting seeing them walk by because some of them will kind of like dip in, look through the window, and be like, "Really? That guy is listening to my shit?"
It's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, wait a
And
minute.
I've gotten other guys who have like popped in. Like, there's this one guy I work with. His name is Chintan. Chintan's a fucking beaut.
Yeah, you've talked
He
about him before. I
uh
remember that.
he heard me playing it, and I don't know where the fuck he was beforehand, but my music will echo throughout practically the whole side of the one side of the fucking building. And he
Yeah.
comes out of nowhere and he gives me this look of excitement, and he's like, "You're listening to this?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he sits there and he's like, "Fuck yeah!" I'm like, "Yeah!" He's just over the moon about it and
That's what's up.
whatnot. So yeah, it doesn't stop with the language barrier or anything like that, because I'm not gonna bullshit. I don't understand any of it, but it's the
Yeah.
rhythm, vibe, and
It's the energy that's put
lyrical
into it.
shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, it all that. Once you start vibing with it's kind of like when you start listening to a rap song, especially like more like Eminem kind of deal where
Hmm.
he's going fast enough that you're not probably not fucking catching anything at all, if a little bit of it and whatnot, but you like the vibe that it's going with, which
Yeah.
it'll interest you, and you're like, you know what? I don't know what fucking Buddy's saying, but I feel it.
It's like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying, buddy, but it sounds good to me. If it
Yeah.
makes you feel good, that's all that matters. There's a lot of music like that. Like fuck, I can't. I don't listen to anything like that. But there's one song that I have, and it's okay. This is gonna go to like a parody type of song instantly. This is not as serious as that, but it's funny as hell. Have you have you heard the song, the Skechers one?
No.
It's like light up Skechers, light up my world. That one.
No.
Oh fuck. Okay, see, I'm gonna send that to you after this, but that shit is so good. But of course, it's gonna like make me sound like an asshole because of like the change. Like, I also worked there. It's just for anyone else who's listening, where he's talking about. So I worked there, and I remember training this one guy. I'm not sure what his name was, but he was new to Canada. He came there, and he was mentioning that he had to get a supervisor level job or more or better by a
Mm,
certain
yep.
amount of time, or he was gonna be fucked. And I'm like,
That was
well,
lucky.
Lucky, yeah, okay, there you go, yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, Lucky was an idiot to
Yeah.
start off, but like then again, the place is very confusing when you first get there, so I don't give them flack. I never did because it really is a pain in the ass to be there, and it's even when it was 12-hour shifts, it was probably different when we were there like at the beginning versus like what you're like now at 8-hour shifts and the different people that still stay there and how they treat us because we're new in general, right? Like everything was different.
Yeah.
But this guy was playing a song by this dude that sounded similar to this, and that's what this reminded me of instantly. It's by Drip Report. It's called Skechers, and it is fucking hilarious. But it is legitimately like it's like a meme. But you gotta hear it. So I'm gonna share this to you like just like right now, and then you're gonna listen to it after this, and it's stupid, but it's funny. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna tweet it at you. That's what I'll do. But anyways, yeah. So I need to fucking mention that one. But yeah, the music taste like in albums and stuff like that. That album was something I wanted to get to. If you had to say one album from like not even recently, like from back in the day that really brings you like some nostalgia, what would that album be? Going on the music situation
Ooh.
still.
Album. That that's a good question because
Hmm.
I'm really like, I do like dots, picks and chooses and shit like that.
Yeah, like take one
Um,
song out of this playlist and then one song about the album, where you just like take, oh, that guy's got a new song, take that one, you know.
Pretty much. Hmm. I want to say I want to say Billy Talent 3 by obviously
Ooh,
Billy Talent.
Billy Talent was fucking insane. Mine
Hmm.
mine is gonna and I mine is the Marshall Mathers LP2. That one has to be like the one that I've been listening to like way too much nowadays even. And then like Revival and stuff like that, and Refill, Relapse, stuff like those you know, specifically. But remember back in the day on the same street that your mom's apartment's on, that street, the White House that I lived in
Yeah.
for a little while. My only fucking thing that I asked for, because when we were younger, everyone's like Christmas gifts or whatever, didn't really get a whole lot, obviously, but got a longboard and a single album, and that album was the MMLP2, and that shit has been like a main staple in my streams nonstop recently because it's just been back in my head. But that's where Rap God was in it, you know, stuff like Evil Twin and Brainless and like different ones that kind of go crazy, but Berserk as well. And I can't remember what there's one in there that's just like you know, Stronger Than I Was. It's like kind of a deeper sound.
Mhm.
Like those
Yeah.
ones have been like really insane. But I've been listening to a lot of Eminem recently, like a stupid amount of it. And for some reason, it's gotten me wanting to get an actual CD player or like a record player or something, just to have all of the really cool album art from like way back in the day, and just to listen to in like a different way. It's been
Yeah.
making me want to do that so bad, but I feel like I'm gonna be like one of those TikTok trend Andes, and it's gonna like now if I do it, it's no longer cool because it's already been cool. It went into a way that was like, all right, no one does it anymore. Then went to being cool again. Now it's like, all right, cool, you know, kiss
Yeah.
my ass. Like, you know, I feel like I'm too late to it, but I want to do it because like
See,
the album covers for those are they're fucking wicked.
yeah. See, that kind of makes me think of referring back to NF's song Motto. He actually throws in a lyric about that. He talks about how he misses going to the store and thumbing through the cases trying to make a choice
Yep.
and whatnot. Which back in the day, for all you fucking youngsters and all that, fucking all right, no Spotify.
Yeah, we had
We were
LimeWire at the best of times.
yeah.
My God.
And boy, did we ever fuck up some computers using LimeWire.
Yeah, do you remember like burning CD? Oh, I mean, we would never do this, right? I'm just saying like other
No.
people, you know. But
Yeah.
remember burning CDs and like all those cases. You had to go through like
Mm.
four different books worth of like about 100 and 200, 300 CDs in each one of them, a whole bunch of different albums and a whole bunch of different playlists or whatever, and like different
Yep.
things you put together, mixtapes and whatnot. And then there's the movies. But we don't talk about that. But like you know, talking about those back in the day were so sick because like you couldn't get enough. Like once you started listening to a lot of music, like trying to find CDs for everything was almost impossible. Like the stores that we had
Yeah.
were, we'd go to like those, you know, like the main strip, kind of just right outdoor outside of like where you're at. You go up
Yeah.
and there's that one place that still had that popcorn machine and like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so like they were selling some stuff back then too, and I used to go in there and get some popcorn, and I would get a movie, and I would get a new CD or something like that, and God damn, do I miss those days, man. And like a Blockbuster for a game and you know, and stuff like that, and some movies and shit like that. Like it was the best feeling ever. But now it's like now it's too easy to get everything. It's not nearly as exciting because like a new album comes out, I'm like, oh, I can listen to anything in the world right now, and I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to it later. But like when
Yeah.
something came out back then, you were like, oh shit, yeah, the second you had free time, you go over looking for it, and you go looking for that album, you'd be going to buy it. You would buy that album, and you would physically, you'd have that shit. You put the CD in, or whatever it was you're using, and you listen to the whole thing in your room, and you wouldn't even stop until you were done. You listen to it two
Yeah.
more times over, and then you find the best song, and you replay the shit out of that one, and then you get all your homies over to listen to it too. Like it was, and it sounds so boomery, but like, dude, it wasn't even that long ago.
No,
Ten
it
years
really
ago, it was
wasn't.
like literally just around the not that far ago, but like obviously everyone's different now. Everything kind of moves super fast, and that's how it should be. But like
Yeah.
shit moves fast, man. Like even nowadays, if you're seen with a pair of headphones on, you're like, where the fuck are your AirPod Pro 2 Max Mega Plus Ultras? Like where the
Yeah.
fuck's your shit at? Mega Mind? I'm like, oh, yeah, like thanks, bro. But god damn, I still have. I'm not sure if it's in my drawer here, but no, I don't have them with me. But I have earbuds. I have like 4 pairs of earbuds in my fucking drawer. I looked at them and I was like, damn, I'm old. Because I was like, I picked those motherfuckers over my goddamn Galaxy Buds Plus or whatever the fuck. I was like, I picked those over that, and just because they don't fucking die. I'm like, and like, I'm starting to miss that because now we can't even do that anymore. I'm like, can you do it on these? No, you can't. Yeah, even on our fucking new phones, there's no
Nope.
aux port. So what you have to do now is you have to get these pieces of shit. You have to get these guys,
Yep.
and you have
Yep.
to plug those in, and it's a pain in the ass. But this thing's covered in dust. It's been barely used. I'm pretty sure
Yep.
it has drywall stuff on it. Like it's got a little like chalk on there too. God damn. I don't know
Well,
how,
just
but like,
imagine. It's probably not going to take too much longer before they just axe the whole port in general, and
oh
you'll be
yeah,
wireless charging.
yeah. Because like I'm gonna be honest, like right now even I'm gonna be able to show this probably, but uh, I just use this guy.
Oh yeah.
Just stand
Yep.
it right up so I can just fucking look at my shit while I'm doing my thing. It's like sit right up. So like if I want to use something, the problem is I don't have my left thumb to open it up. I need to set that up. But I just boom 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 open it up. Now I can like take a look at whatever it is like emails and shit like the boomer I
Yeah.
am. But I don't know, like wireless everything is how it is. But like there's now even like I don't, dude. I have like this weird feeling about like the glasses that have like the camera and have like the headphones stuff like that, like the new stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's tacky and old, but like trying to become new for no reason and it's not going to last, or it actually is the way things are going. I can't tell because like I don't see anyone wearing sunglasses anymore that aren't like expensive Ray-Bans, or they're just wearing prescription glasses. And if they
Yeah.
are, they're wearing earbuds, but like earbuds are extra accessories on top of having to carry the case and having to carry your phone, and then it usually maybe even like a new watch and then all that other stuff. But like there's I think Ray-Ban specifically does that where like they have the ones where you have earbuds over your ears, but like they make it sound like they're perfectly in your. It's weird. Like I don't know what all the technology. I think it's something to do with the vibrations of it or something. But
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's new anymore. I feel like that stuff is like just gonna be brushed over, and they're gonna do something else that we've never seen before. But like everything's kind of it's weird because now it's not even worth it because like earbuds back in the day you got them for $1 at Giant Tiger or something or the dollar store, and
Yep.
then now it's like if you want to, oh shit, my Galaxy Buds, like these ones specifically, these are the Galaxy Buds, and then I also have the Galaxy Buds Plus, and these ones don't work already. Like they stopped working after about a year, not even. uh
Oh.
and the other ones, they stopped working for a while, and then after a while they started working again, and I'm like, had them for about 6 months at that point. So it's like all
Yep.
faulty. But if you want to get new ones, they're like a couple $100 to listen to
Yep.
your music. And I'm like, what the fuck's the point? So like that stuff's kind of
See,
freaking me out. So where do you think it's gonna end up? Because like I don't even know what the fuck's next after that.
so first I want to iterate the fact that when it comes to headphones and whatnot, I'm like, what's the term for it? I believe they call it like a an audiophile, which
Oh
is
yeah,
someone who really values the sound and quality in their music.
yeah,
Um, so I, oddly enough, I'm relatively cheap on certain things. Headphones is really not one of them. I don't mind burning quite a bit on headphones as long as I know the quality is good, which I might as well be a fucking PI at this point with how like deep I look into fucking
looking
headphones and shit
looking into
like
whatever
that.
million reviews and looking at like the
Yep.
exact like, oh, what's the max decibels you can get on this guy? What's the noise suppression? Like
Yep.
it's like checking out
Yep.
everything. I was the same way with those, but Stephanie got them for got the one for me as a gift, and that's when I
Yep.
learned about like, oh, Galaxy Buds are pretty okay actually. But dude, I'm an audiophile myself. Like I need good fucking audio. I need it.
Yeah.
So I need something real good. So like I'm looking at like Sennheisers that I want to get. I want to get Sennheisers, but I also want to get these other ones that are like not open back, because when I'm streaming, I want to have a little better, crisper audio, and when I'm playing like Valorant and such. But then again, we're both sitting here with you know, Steel Series headsets, but
Yep.
mine is a throwback. Mine I've had for fucking almost 6 years at this point, so it's really shit in the bed, but it still sounds so damn good. So, anyways,
Yeah.
I'll let you continue now. I had to butt in
Like
there.
for me personally, I actually use Sony's, which is interesting to say because I personally think Sony's a
Shit.
relatively shit company
Well, it depends on what
compared
you're
to a
getting
lot.
to.
Yeah,
Some are
well,
good.
the old
Monitors suck.
in terms, yeah, in terms of like computer type based shit, it's garbage.
Hmm.
I don't waste my time. Really, just the headphones I'll screw with because the ones that I purchased were like XMs and shit like that.
Hmm.
I think XM 4000, some shit like that. But these things are immaculate. Like the suppression is incredible. There's certain things that you could do where it'll understand if you're being spoken to, and
Hmm.
it will adjust your sound accordingly so that you can actually interpret and hear what they're saying to you. Same thing with if you're on the road, which this is a good and a stupid thing because it does the same type of deal where it'll roughly estimate how close a vehicle is to you so that it will adjust the music so that you can actually perceive that it's there.
It's not bad.
But I mean, like it depends on how close you're walking to the fucking road, right? Like if
Hmm.
you're close enough and a car swings by you, then it's gonna take and adjust your fucking music every fucking time. That's why I just have it off and look with my goddamn eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I prefer Sony's. In terms of where I think we're going in terms of like headphones and really technology in general and whatnot. I think we're gonna just keep pushing for more in a less occupied space,
Yeah, like
really,
smaller
because
earbuds, like AI technology, shit's gonna get a little bit
yeah,
crazier with a little bit less of a footprint, so you're not having this big old bulge like I don't know if you're the same. The AirPods versus the Galaxy Buds, like style, right? Just a style.
yeah,
AirPods to me seem way too much. Like it's
yeah,
hanging out, like the little bit that's coming out of your ear. I think it's awful. But the Galaxy Buds are also a little too fat. It's like you're shoving a ladybug in your ear, or not even. It's like a water bug or something. Some little too big. So like
yeah,
I like them, but I don't like them because I'm not gonna lie, my ears get disgusting. They get disgusting really fast. I also
yeah.
sit with the headset on all day, right? So it how it is. But the Sony's, I haven't looked into any Sony audio in a long time, but I have heard a little bit about like these new headphones that are coming out and stuff. But I don't think I'd ever get headphones ever again for that. Like
No,
headphones for PC, sure, but like when it comes to like the buds, like I don't think we're gonna move away from these for a very long time. That's why I was a
no.
little confused when I see a lot of things coming out with like, oh, my glasses can play my music or whatever, because like sunglasses or whatever, which are
Yeah.
like that's cool and all, but like, I mean, what you're not gonna sit in your fucking office with? Like, I'm not gonna break out the old fucking moose head goggles here with whatever. I'm not gonna be sitting here like, oh guys, sorry, I want to listen to my tunes. Like, how we doing today? You know, so, no, it's like, oh
Yeah.
sorry, I want to hear my NF real quick. Like, it doesn't really make any fucking sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense at all. So I feel like the only thing we're gonna stick with is that. But yeah, I think like the AI technology is really gonna take over because that stuff's crazy. I'm like, I don't really know a
Yeah.
whole lot about all that stuff, but I play around with ChatGPT for fun all the time. But my God, it's getting a little freaky. I saw this video, and I'm derailing again, but I saw this video, and I'm not gonna go too far into detail because again, I haven't watched it. But they're using that AI robot, that one that popped off and like blew up, like got really popular because everyone's like, "What the hell are they doing? This is getting freaky." It was a girl with like the robotic like form, or whatever. She could actually move and talk, and it's
Yep.
literally AI. And they did the okay, so you know this, you know the Sidemen, right?
Yep.
They do like that Tinder type thing or whatever. Like they do like they'll swipe like, in person, like the basically speed dating in person.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what that video was, but it was the AI that they were doing it with, and it had Oliver Tree in it. So I need to see this. That's what I saw in the picture. I don't know everything about it, but I need to watch that shit because that blew my mind. I don't know. You'll watch it with me after this, and you need to see this because like it's freaky. It like scares me a bit because like AI is cool, but that shit's getting a little too advanced, a little too quickly, and it's starting to get a little hectic because I'm not gonna be one of those like, oh, they're ruining all the jobs and all that stuff. I play fucking video games and stream, so I don't really give a shit. But uh, in general, like that stuff's getting a little scary. But I think it also is good. again for audio files, for stuff for like PC, for like running programs better and easier, getting like like the stuff above us here and like, stuff like that. Like
Yep.
a part of that was because I used this AI thing online to try to figure out what I could do for the logo or the AVI for it. So it's all like that up there is AI, kind of. So it's like it's really helpful. So they can really do anything. Like they're gonna take over everything that we have to use our brains for, and eventually we're gonna become really stupid. That's my guess. Well, dumber, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen. Okay, because we're at an hour right now, an hour and 5 minutes. I want to move to the next topic here because this one was something that I actually really wanted to talk about. Yeah, I already mentioned this a little bit to you. I was talking about. We're gonna skip over the Scoville thing. We'll talk about that another time. Uh, I wanted to talk about the idea of Discord competing with Twitch, and this is a possibility. This is literally all like a conspiracy theory and like a hypothetical that someone came up with, and it has a lot backing it that kind of seems like it could be true. But what do you think about that idea? And like to quickly, refresh, they added and slowly are adding to everybody features like subscriptions with a really good split, like a very good split. I'm pretty sure it was 95/5 or 90/10. They have higher quality streams, and no one quote me for listening, but it was like AV1 encoding. I don't know if this is exactly what it is. I probably sound stupid. More emotes. They added soundboards. They're pushing for discoverability, changing usernames to ats to be able to find people quicker, stuff like that. So, what is your take on that whole situation? Do you think that's interesting, or do you think they're a player in the game, or what?
Well, if we're talking about pitting Discord versus Twitch in itself, it's gonna cause a lot of controversy if it becomes its own way of streaming. Just for the fact that with Twitch is interwoven with Prime and whatnot, which in turn both of them are interwoven with a lot of games. Valorant actually has that as well, where if you're a Prime subscriber and whatnot, I don't know if it's a monthly thing. I don't know if it's just like a certain type of duration, but you can claim and redeem like certain different things. Like
Hmm.
for recent times, there was a that player card with Cipher on it that I'm using on my account.
Yeah,
That was a Prime thing and
yeah.
whatnot that you could claim. For something like Discord, Discord's actually interwoven with a lot of multiplayer games based on the fact that if people notice, it overlays a bit into your game and whatnot. So if you're playing, again, something like Valorant, and one of you is speaking, if you look in the top left corner, you'll see your name, your whatever
Oh
the
yeah,
hell your
the
profile
in-game
picture
overlay thing. You can
is.
turn that off and on and stuff like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still an interwoven thing that the game has allowed for Discord to do, because Discord doesn't do it as like a what's the real word for it? It's not like something that you would put on your desktop that would just overlay anything you have on that screen at the time. It
Mhm.
specifically targets the game, which the game has a lot of games, especially competitive ones, have functions that keep certain applications away from it so that it can't interweave itself, especially recently with I believe it's the COD scene, Valorant, Apex, and all that. There's actually been a recent thing where I believe it was a type of cheat thing
Mhm.
that they put into the game now that will detect and sense it, and it will do its own auto banning and start handing out repercussions because it senses it. Same thing with Discord. If the overlay goes over top of it, it means the game has allowed it to do so, which means that it's working in tandem with the game. Now, if you have a game that's working with Discord and Twitch, well, if one starts competing with the other, then it's gonna come down to who's gonna say, yeah, you can't be okay with them if you're okay with me, type of deal.
Yeah.
So I feel like if it starts becoming a thing where we're pushing for streaming on Discord, which I don't really care either way, but that's going to start controversy between game developers and whatnot to which side are we going to take and who we're going to start giving like not premiums, but like what's the hell's the word for it? Exclusives and whatnot, right?
Yep.
Because it's the same type of deal as when you do exclusive games like God of War. God of War you can only play on PlayStation systems. It is not an Xbox game, at least to what I understand, anyways. But
Mhm.
um, yeah, it's really pick your own team at that point if it starts pushing that way. But I don't know. It'd be pretty interesting. I did notice the demo trial that they did for Monster Hunter World. It
Yep.
was fairly small and fairly basic. It was easy to achieve, which was awesome.
Mhm.
I think it was something along the lines of some number of hunts that you had to do to be able to get it. No, it is a cosmetic, right?
Mhm.
So as long as it sticks to the fact that it's strictly cosmetic, it's not giving you like really in-game stuff. Like I don't really see a problem with that
Yep.
and whatnot, especially when you're talking like competitive wise and whatnot. But if they start dipping into MMO and adding in stuff like oh well if you do this and achieve this through our system, we will provide you with like a type of currency, B like a loot box or some shit like that. Like it's just you gotta stick with cosmetic type of shit with stuff like that. But all in
Mhm.
all, I invite it. It definitely make quite a bit of change, and I definitely like the way Discord's been going lately. Even with their small stuff like the I believe I'm gonna call it wallpaper, even
Oh
though it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
really
like
what
the
it is.
themes and what they have going on too.
Yeah, the
Those are
themes.
wicked. They're so nice. My God.
Yeah,
So the whole Twitch and Discord thing, like obviously right now, like they're not competitors, right? And like even though this is a hypothetical, right? Like it's not even a fact that Discord is trying this because it could not be at all.
yeah,
But I think that it's always good to have a lot of competition going on because right now, Kick is the only real competitor right now that seems to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. Obviously, it's a little sketchy over there because the money comes from uh with Stake being a large player in that game. But when it comes to let's say Twitch, like daily active users, I brought up, it was like over 30 million. But Discord is ever growing. And in 2019, it had 14 million, but it's estimated to reach 26.5 million in 2023. And my guess is it's probably made more than that because
oh yeah,
obviously, like COVID happened,
yep,
everyone's home. So like, who knows what it's at right now? But it is estimate that it was more than 20 million in 2021. It's growing very fast, and like Twitch is dying off, and that's just how it is. Because the numbers
yeah,
on Twitch are not nearly as insane. And I don't know if this is just me just not seeing things right, but what I've seen is it genuinely is dying off slowly because YouTube is trying very not really trying to compete. But I don't know if you heard about like everyone's assuming, and it seems like a very strong possibility that Twitch is going to get rid of Prime. Like they're not going to get rid of Prime as an Amazon Prime. They're going to get rid of Twitch Prime, which is a whole Prime gaming as a whole. That is what
yeah,
it is now, right? They're probably going to because they've dropped the revenue that streamers get on the partnered side of things, as well as what affiliates were you looking for to begin with. Because like right now, if I ever got partner, my revenue would not change, and now the ad revenue will not change because there's no guarantees and no promises anymore. It doesn't give you anything beneficial at all anymore. So they're taking as much as they can away from people, while the competitors are giving more to people. So it looks
yeah,
like Twitch is literally saying, "All right, we've been here forever. We don't give a fuck. We're not making enough money. I don't care. Take over." But for now, we'll let it trickle away because we don't want to just drop in a second because then it's a huge abrupt change. Because they probably have a lot of people working for them, but they did a lot of layoffs too, so maybe they're slowly killing it off. But to me, it
yeah,
doesn't look like Twitch even cares anymore. They're not trying to make any good changes to their platform. But then Discord seems like that like random curveball that could really, really bring a solid good change because their splits are better than YouTube's when it comes to subs. Their quality is not the same, but it can easily get there. Like I'm sure Discord could compete with the YouTube quality for like YouTube can get up to like 8K streams. I don't know if you heard about that, but it's insane. And I really don't think that YouTube streams are always the best looking, but that's because people don't go out of their way to try to make them good looking,
Yeah.
with like their own bit rate, I guess. But I feel like Discord has like everything that they need when it comes to like they have the community that'll back them. They have a lot of features that they're clearly rolling out regularly too. They're
Yeah.
trying to make more discoverability. They're adding in features that seem like it's pushing towards that, and I would love to see that happen because Discord is my no fucking doubt in my mind. It is my favorite thing to use social media wise. It is the
Yeah.
one that I use more than absolutely anything. The first thing that we did for liquid therapy is we made a Discord. The first thing I did for when I wanted to start streaming and make YouTube videos and do any content is make a Discord. The first thing I did for you when you started wanting to stream, it was like, oh, you're like, oh, I want to make a Discord. It's like, oh, let's make you a Discord. The first thing I do when I want to find someone's content is I go to Discord. I find their content. I find their Discord from YouTube, whatever. I go to their Discord instantly because you can't just search them on Discord. But if they added that, don't need to go to the
Yeah.
YouTube anymore. Go right to the Discord. Don't need to go to Twitch. Right to the Discord. And when I'm looking for streams, I'll look on Discord or I look directly on Twitch, but Twitch just sucks nowadays. So eventually Twitch will die off. Won't be surprised.
Yeah.
People just go to Discord. And there's a lot of cool functions. Like we're using Discord right now to do a fucking podcast. People use Discord to do a lot of that stuff, to hang out with their friends, to live stream. I'll go into my Discord and sometimes, rarely, those some people will be streaming to their homies in a channel or in the Liquid Pod or whatever. The other day, shout out to those fellas. Jimmy and Dose were both in there. They were playing a game, and there was chatting using the soundboard feature. I popped in there and I played the fitness gram pacer tester from microphone and then left. So I did that, but they were in there, just chilling, sharing their screen, streaming to each other, and just hanging out. And the quality's fine, everything's good. So it's like they have everything they need. They just need to make that jump. And like even if they're not focused on that, I feel like if they were to have a serious conversation in like the higher ups and they were to look into it, I think like in my like just in my head, in a perfect world, Discord next year pops off with all this stuff and changes it for the better and like actually does try to compete, and then people won't even care like at all. They'll just accept it because it's the familiar, comfortable place that you go to anyways. Like everything's there. Like if I look at my Discord, I share my videos there, I share my streams there, I share my posts there, my announcements, my events, chat with people, get questions, suggestions, all my emotes go in there, everything, right? Like it
Yeah.
is the one-stop shop for all content creator, or just any sort of like brand community growth type stuff. It's the hub that you use for everything. So I feel like that is like the most interesting thing. And also, if anyone's wondering where this came from, the whole reason that I even thought this was like interesting and like looked into it and actually started trying to think about it myself and brainstorm on it, is there was this one guy, and I hate that right now I cannot remember his name. No, it's Zach Busey. There we go. Zach Busey on Twitter. I don't even know if I'm following him. It just randomly popped up, and he said something about that. He said like Discord's adding this, this, and this. They're adding different things, like basically trying to compete with Twitch. And I was like, can I expect my Skype stocks to plummet? So I was talking about that. He just hit it with a like, so it's like it reminded me when I looked again, and it's a very interesting conversation, and I think that it's like something that, if anything, YouTube, it's great. I've streamed there, not great. Videos, awesome, but goddamn, is it like a little sketchy, and streaming is not really incredible, right?
Yeah.
Twitch is a dying platform with no love left in it, and they have absolutely they are the most out of touch idiots that I've ever seen in my life, like complete fucking buffoons. And like it's harsh words, but it's very honest and true. And then Kick is it's cool, but it's Kick, and it's backed by stake mostly. And as much as I don't care about gambling, people should be more responsible on their own stuff, right? I don't give a shit about if little Timmy here fucks up, that's his fault.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that Kick is like, it's got too many question marks, and they literally are streaming with Twitch's Amazon servers. Like that's what they're streaming off of, right? So they're just feeding that more, right? So it's like, what's the point? I
Yeah.
don't know if they're going to be able to continue forever, right? Because if Twitch can't, hypothetically, then why, they're at 95.5. All of their money's coming from the gambling side of things. What happens when eventually, maybe, stake starts getting really fucking penalized and they really get hit heavy and they really do get, some form of issue coming their way because again, it is not regulated gambling. It is, you know, most of the times back in the day, you can't. I'm pretty sure you cannot do that on Twitch unless you're on a U.S. Site that in general has to have like regulation of you can't bet more than $500 a spin or something like that in a certain amount, whatever. But on staking, I'm pretty sure there's slots out there. Don't quote me on this that you can bet 10 grand in a spin. They will allow people to dip as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So there's certain things like that. So I think like that's a very interesting thing. You know what? Uh, the one thing to wrap this all up right there on that topic, Mixer should come back for sure, right? just, I'm just saying. That's everyone needs that event. So that's the one.
Oh, so complete exit on this one. Has absolutely nothing to do with what you were what we were discussing here.
Gotcha.
But I woke up this morning. Just a little fun fact. I woke up this morning
Fucking A,
and
same.
it was kind of funny because your old lady pulled a me with what I do to my old lady. She watched everything. I swear to God, like everything I ever sent her on fucking TikTok. I woke up with 49 fucking notifications on TikTok of reactions from your old lady.
So I was doing. I think I sparked that interest because I went on here, right? I opened up TikTok and I went to not only your DMs to me on TikTok, but hers. And let me just take a second. This is all her sending it to me. Okay, so this just
Yep.
this. I showed her this yesterday, and there's the. Oh wait, no, never mind. It still goes. All right, it still goes. It just has to update. I'm on data right now. Okay,
Jesus
and that's
Christ.
that's that one. So it keeps going, by the way. And then this is the ones that you sent me. So it just
Yep.
keeps going. So I told her about this the other day, and I was like, yeah. So it gets pretty bad. We should like I'm just letting you know I'm never gonna watch all these. It's not gonna happen. Holy fuck, it's hot in here, by the way. I can see myself. I'm like literally fucking glistening. I also put moisturizer on my face, so it looks like I got a whole load of semen on me. But there we go. There's the end. So I saw that and I was like, holy mother of fuck. I have probably watched 10 of them. I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch TikToks on TikTok. I watch TikToks on reaction videos that XQC reacted to because not because I care about XQC's reaction. He's a good streamer, but because his viewers, there's so many of them, and they know where to find the good ones that he's only gonna get sent the really
Yeah.
good ones. So like I know I can find the good ones there, but holy Christ, I cannot watch those. Like there's too many. I watched a couple of them though, the ones you sent me. So I sat through and I watched a couple of those, and my God, they were funny. But most of them, because they're edgy ones, most of them are fucking gone and deleted and banned, right? So it's like I couldn't even watch some of them. So and even
Like,
Nick, for another example, Nick sends them to me on Messenger. But Messenger, he sends them to me from TikTok on Messenger, and then I go to open them. I have to open them, then close it, then open it again for it to pop up with the right one. Then when I go to watch it, it says it's banned because he sends some interesting stuff. So it's a little different. So yeah, that's probably my fault, but I thought that was
like
hilarious because there were fucking thousands of them.
I sent you the screenshot of what I woke up to this morning
Wait, on what?
on just on your personal Discord.
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna look at it then. I have to open up Discord on another thing because we got a full screen for this right now.
Not true.
I'll have to do it after this, but I'm gonna fucking. Oh, I can do it on my phone, I guess. Oh no, I can't. Wait, fuck. I can't do it because I'm on my alt account. Okay, well it is what it is. I had
But
so many different accounts now. It's disgusting. Oh no, I see it. Oh yep, there it is. 49. Stephano Rivas reacted with a laugh, cry, laugh, heart. That's fucking funny. Oh yeah.
oh
So
fuck it.
okay, I'll let you go, and then I'll say something about the phone after this because my God. All
Oh
right, you go first.
yeah, the last thing that she fucking said was a comment to something, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, fuck, that looks really familiar. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, fuck, where have I seen that thumbnail from? And I click on it, I realized it. I'm like, fuck me, I sent that so goddamn long ago. I sent her back. I'm like, holy fuck.
I was like, wait a second, back in the Stone Age, holy shit. She even said, she straight up out herself. I sent her stuff too. She's like, I never look at any of those videos. I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm like, so, I was like, I feel like that dickhead boyfriend is like leaving her on red every single day. And she's like, yeah, I don't watch any of them. I'm like, me neither, assholes. What the fuck? What's the point? I was like, stop sending it to me. You can just do this. Basically, I'm like, hey, yeah, boom, look at it. But like, he's just right beside me. But that's fucking funny. Oh yeah, the one thing I want to say about the phone real quick because I saw the screenshot about the Pixel. All right, what's the one thing you don't like about it? Just right off the bat, because I got something I like right after this. I want to see if you have the same.
Oh, I don't like the switcher for the buttons on the right side. That
Yeah,
really fucked me up.
the buttons over here, like that's something I'm not really a huge fan of. Same with the screenshots, but I don't like this. I don't like how
Oh
fat they are,
yeah,
man. I hate it. And then you know how like it auto dims, but it dims way too low all the time.
yeah.
That
But
as
I mean
well.
that's adjustable, right?
Well, yeah, it's just like I want to have it on, but I don't want it to go that crazy. But it does it, and the blue light filter is insane. Like it's
Oh
also
yeah.
only bad to me because I still have my other phone, right? And the other phone is a lot different. It's not the same. The blue light
Mhm.
filter, eventually you don't even notice it. That's just how it is over time. But because I look between the two phones, I notice it heavily, and it starts to annoy the shit out of me because like I can see the white over here is literally blue. The one over
Yeah.
there, it's like kind of a tinge of yellow because Samsung, but it's like because it's bright. It's got it really bright. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just the way it is. So I don't like that a whole lot. When you go to pull something down, you have to bring down twice to get to the slider for brightness, but then all the other big fat buttons on the screen, I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of those. And when you're swapping between applications, sometimes it just doesn't want to listen to you at all. I'm not a fan of that. Uh, and I got a little fucking little thing you got to try. Try going on Twitter. Try listening to a video on Twitter in vertical, and then try to turn it to the side and see what happens. It mutes it,
Huh.
and you have to go back into vertical, or you have to close the video, put your phone in horizontal landscape mode, and then you have to open the video, and then you can hear it. I don't know if it's everything, but it's Twitter, and that happened on like 5 videos straight. I don't know if that's just a Google Pixel problem or if that's a Twitter problem, but that's another thing. So, goddamn,
I do like the size difference though,
what like
compared
the
to
house?
our old phone.
You like this? I don't like it myself, but then again, I got fucking monster hands, right? So like,
No.
I just I don't like the size difference because again, I still have my old phone, so I swap between them.
No.
But I do like that it's like it fits in my pocket. It's nice and sleek. It's not too much of a bump where the camera is. But
Yeah.
again, my $2 Temu case, I still got to get a better one because I don't trust this thing at all. But it's sleek looking. Like that little band at the top where the camera is, that's
Yeah.
just kind of dope. I like that a lot. I think it looks fresh. I think it feels good for the most part. A little bit buggy, but the fact that again it's like even cheaper than half of what our other phones were. It's like a third, literally a
Yeah.
third of what the other phones cost, and it's going to be a cheaper phone bill. It feels nice in the hand. It's obviously not the fastest. Like you can see when it's like you're scrolling, you can visually see the change, and you know, it's not the
Yeah.
best out there, but like it's again what they quoted it as is they're not competing to be the fucking fastest, most insane phone ever with the highest quality. Like they're competing to be the smartest. They want to be the smartest smartphone, and I think they do that really well. So I think that's pretty freaking dope. What else is dope? It's just been about an hour and a half, so I think it's time to wrap this one up. Because goddamn,
100%.
we'll keep going for 2 hours again, and then it'll take fucking 4 hours to get this up, and then which doesn't even matter to be honest. I mean, there's not really more than like a couple people that are listening. Which shout out to the couple people that are listening. I think I told Squally we have a couple people that listened on Spotify, but we have like there was like 30 some odd people who listened on the YouTube side, and I do appreciate
Yeah.
everyone who is putting the time in to listen to this. This is our little side project. We're doing this for fun. It's actually a really chill thing. I'm glad we're doing this because I like genuinely I look forward to it, and it actually gives me a reason to try different drinks and whatnot. Because like I don't really drink more than I have had one drink in the past week, and that was last episode. Well, actually, I had two that episode, so never mind. But anyways, it was pretty good. So I'm looking forward to this. So I'm liking it so far, and I think we're gonna continue this on the weekly basis. If you think it still fucking fits and
Yeah.
it's good, fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't see a reason not to.
I'm down to keep doing it. So that means you guys are gonna find more Liquid Therapy here on Liquid Pod on Twitter. If you guys want to find any information, all of our socials should be in the description below on whatever platform you're watching on. And we appreciate you listening in, man. So, man, woman, lady, fellas, why'd I gotta ruin it? It's like it was going so good, but I had to fuck it up. Okay, so yeah, if you want to say anything before we go, or you think you're good to go?
I think we're all set. I'm honestly thinking that after this we should pop over to
The
the
pub?
just down the road from me.
Yeah, dude, the old Pubberson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down actually. I think Stephanie was looking to go for a beer too because I mentioned it. I wanted to go for a beer for a couple things. It's a bad idea because real quickly before we get off here, next episode we're gonna talk about a bunch of different stuff. Obviously, we have no idea yet, but we're gonna figure it out. But one thing we didn't talk about it right now is I just took on like a 9 million Scoville challenge, and my God, I feel awful. So. I did that yesterday, so I think that's another interesting thing to talk about next time. I didn't want to try to fit it in today because we were going on a fucking roll there. So, all right,
Yeah.
well, fellas, peace out, cheers. Make sure you guys enjoy whatever beverage you guys were having, and let us know what you guys were having by tweeting it at us and joining our Discord. And we'll see you guys next week for the next episode of Liquid Therapy Podcast.